Hello, my name is Father Tighe, and this is our 12th segment in our journey of faith in the light of the cross. And in our 12th segment, we go to Cana of Galilee, and we see that the theme is Cana is a sign of the glorious fountain of eternal love and life pouring out of the crucified Christ. So Cana and the crucifixion have the same meaning, and we'll see how this happens when we go to our first slide. We go to our first slide and we see on the third day, do you remember on the chapter 1 we went through the 4 days of the eternal revelation, and 3 is the 7th day of the eternal revelation. The 7th day of the natural revelation, God looked at the heavens and the earth and he thought it was wonderful, and he rested and he celebrated. All in heaven and earth. Sin disconnected heaven and earth, and all became broken and disconnected. Jesus has come to reconnect heaven and earth in a new life-giving oneness. So we read on. On the third day, there was a wedding. What does a wedding stand for? A life-giving oneness. And the mother of Jesus was there. This is very important because Mary was at the foot of the cross when Jesus died on the cross. Jesus and his disciples were also present as they were at the cross. When the wine ran out, Jesus' mother said, "They have no more wine." Wine symbolizes love and life at a wedding. Now the wine ran out is symbolizing that without a unity between heaven and earth, a life-giving oneness, the love always runs out and the life runs out, and we're incapable of being faithful to one another as two people, married people, would like to be. So Jesus said to Mary, "Woman, how does this concern me? Has my hour come?" Remember, at the foot of the cross, Jesus said, "Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took Mary into his home. How is this all going to fit together? So Jesus uses the two words that will be used at the foot of the cross. Jesus says, "Has my hour come for my public life, which will end on the cross?" Yes. His mother said to the waiters, "Do whatever he says." Now we go on to our next slide. What does Jesus tell the waiters to do? There were 6 stone water jars there for Jewish ritual purifications, each holding 20 to 30 gallons of water. Now, Jesus looks at the 20 to 30 gallons 6 times, it's about 150 gallons of water. The water symbolized Moses' ritual purification. Without God in the natural order, without the unity between heaven and earth, we have to protect ourselves from the pollution of sin. How do we do this? We raise our consciousness by human effort. Every time we wash our food, our clothing, our bodies, we raise our minds to God and we said, "Lord, as we wash out this dirt from our food, clothing, and body, help us to keep the pollution of sin out of our lives, which is seeking to break us down and break down our families and our relationships with one another." And so Jesus says, fill those jars with water. He says, fill the jars because human effort always is running out and the water keeps running out. On a wedding day, at a wedding celebration, the couple can't believe that their love can run out. But Jesus knows love runs out for everybody eventually. The pressures of life, the concerns of life, sickness, economic problems, whatever it is, it beats people down till they feel they have no more to give. They feel empty. And this is when Jesus says, "Please come to me. Crucify your fears and let me fill you in your emptiness. And then you can do the impossible." And most of us have come to church because we saw somebody do that. When somebody had no more to give, they were on empty, they astounded us by going on. And this is why Jesus comes and he transforms the defensive waters of Moses into his life-giving love. That we cannot become defensive, but keep on giving when we feel we have no more to give. So they filled them to the brim. Then Jesus said, "Draw some and bring it to the head waiter." When the head waiter tasted the water made wine. This is very important. Water, we wash away, it's defensive. Keep the pollution out. When we drink wine, it breaks down our defenses. And when two people get married, it breaks down their defenses. They have a generous love flowing out of them. It's natural to be generous. They give life to children. They want to connect with other families. There's a natural inclination to become part of a bigger system, to bless their children with education, to bless their children with bigger things. So there's a natural generosity flows out of marriage. And Jesus uses this symbol to say, we are now going to celebrate the victory that Jesus is going to make possible by joining heaven and earth. By uniting heaven and earth, by the Lamb of God on the cross, he becomes the umbilical cord between heaven and earth, and the water and blood flow through Jesus. And the water and life become the fountain of life, which will pour out of Jesus at the foot of the cross. And so all this symbolism is coming together here. And we read there, they said, he called for the bridegroom. When the head waiter tasted the water made wine, he realized something wondrous was happening. And he calls for the bridegroom. Now we go to verse 10. The head waiter said to the bridegroom, everyone serves good wine first and then the lesser wine. And so it was that the Old Testament was believed to be the most beautiful intoxication of God's love, but it couldn't compare with the intoxicating love that Jesus gave now. And Cana foreshadows that on the cross, when the soldier sticks the spear in Jesus' side, blood and water flow out, and the love and life which the world needs to do the impossible is made available to them. But you have kept the good wine until now. Jesus did this at the beginning of his signs in Cana of Galilee. This is the first sign. The crucifixion is the seventh sign, when the glorious light of God comes out of the wombs of Jesus and the water and wine flow into the world. And so he revealed his glory, and the disciples believed in him. And this was fulfilled at the crucifixion. The blood and wine come out. There a precious fountain, free to all, a healing stream, flows from Calvary's mountain. In the cross, be my glory ever, till my raptured soul shall find rest beyond the river. I want to thank you for joining us. I hope that you feel the love of God intoxicating you and breaking down your defenses. And I hope you feel a generous love and life coming out of you, and a faith to make you believe that you can do wondrous, wonderful things with God's help. I thank you for joining us. I thank you for Martha and Jason continuing to work and make all this possible. Thank you for joining us on this journey of faith, and we will have many more segments for you to join us in this journey of faith. Thank you very much.